very rarely sketch stuff out or draw it in CAD, or if I do anything, it's maybe a random sketch on my whiteboard, but most of the time it just bounces around in my head and then comes out in three-dimensional form, like just working with materials.
His knives usually go for $1,500 to $3,500, and so we wanted a knife designed by him, made in the same way he makes knives, but that was accessible to most of us that aren't super hardcore knife enthusiasts, something that was really special.
I went down a path years ago studying a lot of Japanese architecture and got into bonsai and whatnot, and knowing like pulling organic elements out of nature into design, function, but also the beauty of an organic shape. All that just makes me think of movement and water. So this knife is designed to be kind of wave-like and have cool flow and design to it. And that's how it ended up becoming named Unagi, because it's like an eel. So I actually named it after my favorite sushi.
Dave called me up and asked me if I'd do the project for him, and I said, you know, sure. So we got busy on sending in drawings back and forth via email, and we just ran with it.
The connection with Chad and how I got to know him originally was buying his Damascus, which is his hand-forged stuff. Now knowing him, knowing that he's got his clean shop for all the CNC, his production stuff, his format, you know, where he keeps everything nice, and his Gates of Hell, Burning Inferno, forging steel side of stuff, that was the only side that I knew a couple years ago.
Right down the street from Chad, there's another well-known knife designer named Les George.
I guess by default I inherited Les's interaction in this because I was working with Chad, which was amazing.
The challenge is to design knives that are well thought out, well designed, and that function well, because some of the things that are graphically appealing are not functional. This knife has a good combination of both. I think Dave did a really good job on his design, and I think he brought it together to where it'll be a functional and visually appealing package.
Somebody who's not really a knife person is going to see it and go, man, that's you know, a nice knife. It's not going to be uncomfortable to carry around with them all the time.
Really, you've got like little pieces of a lot of people in this industry built into this project. You know, you've got a master forger who's world-renowned, another world-renowned knife maker, and then this dude. There's a lot of modern amenities that, as a professional, you give that up to sweat your ass off and have a sore back and pound on stuff and grind stuff and go into the house, and your wife won't kiss you because you taste like metal because you're covered in metal dust. I want to build an heirloom that a dad is totally pumped to give to his kid, and that ends up with his grandkid, and you know, I would have been dead and gone, no one's going to remember who I am, or you know, Kingdom Armory, Dave Rydbom, what the hell, who's that? But maybe somebody in France in 150 years digs one of my knives out of their drawer, and they're just as pumped to pick it up as their great grandfather was when he bought it, because it becomes part of you.